Going on, the truckers, truck drivers like when I do a segment and give all the news updates that happened today. So we're going to go through a lot of news updates today. And the big one is, man, people say stock market has nothing to do with trucking, but I will say that there are a lot of truck drivers that are well invested for their retirement, and the SP 500 was taking a hurting, and just today, things are looking back up a little bit. Why? Because, President Trump puts a pause on tariffs on mostly all countries but China, so there's a 90-day pause. And he's hitting China even harder. So it says at the same time, he has increased tariffs on goods from China to 125%. So mud truckers, the big companies like Walmart out there, for the Walmart drivers, they say that, a third of the goods that are manufactured are in China. And so, what are your thoughts and how will that work and what will that do to the private fleet of Walmart? Just asking the question. That's it, just putting it up in the air. But definitely, he does a reversal Uno once again. And so tell me what are your thoughts about this? And just want to give you guys some updates on that. So in this situation, when it's late at night, the truck driver doesn't want to be disrespectful, but, they just messaged me from our Facebook page and says, can you please say something about the smoke coming from an APU in a small truck stop where others can't sleep because of the smoke? So this was out in 102 Holiday Frontage Road, North Platte, Nebraska 69101. So in this situation right here, do you think it'd be a good idea to knock on that driver's door when it's smoke like that? I don't know enough about the APUs. Is that dangerous? Is that a fire situation? Mother truckers, comment down below on that. So as this gets closer, we will talk about this more, but in May, it's going to be the biggest blitz of the year. The CVSA is doing this right here. So just want to give you what they are looking for this year. Every year it changes a little bit and we'll go more in depth later. But for now, it's going to be tires, and they're looking for tampering of ELD, false logs, and that is the big thing, right? And so just want to give you guys some updates on that and just be aware of that, right? I'm sure every driver out there is not falsifying their logs or tampering with their ELD, but, definitely tires, that's for safety. I agree with that. So my truckers, stay tuned for this, but that's happening in May. All right, mud truckers, so you guys are my eyes and ears on the road. This driver says that, he's in the East Coast, and for the last 3 days, he can't find a load. Is this something is it a him problem, or is this something that is true that in 2025 is the worst year in trucking? Comment down below. Let me know where are you guys at in this industry, and do you feel that 2025 is the worst year?
All of you guys wondering that why I'm sitting in the car and not in my truck. So there's a reason behind it. Because 2025 is the worst year for the trucking industry. It's been 3 days. I didn't get not even a single load. I'm sitting in New Jersey, in America. I'm not in a different country. I'm still in America. I'm sitting here for 3 days without a load. Friday, I waited so long and I still didn't get the load. So all I want to say is that I don't know what's going on with the trucking industry. The day by day is going the downhill. I thought that, this year the trucking going to bring some good news, but every day is getting worse and worse. On the top of that, the Donald Trump just put like crazy amount of tariffs. We're not getting any loads. I think he's a rich guy. He's dealing with all these things. Maybe he knows what he's doing. Maybe he's good for the country. Or we don't know. But the thing is, right now, the trucking market is down to hell. That's what I would say.
Now, a big part of this channel has always been to give truck drivers a voice. And so we have this driver, and he's been on the podcast once before, but this is very important to him. He drove out just to see me. And one of the things that he wants to do is make a change to a rule in the FMCSA. So if you guys definitely have gone this far in the video, I appreciate you guys for this, but definitely listen up to this driver because, we need to change, we need rules and regulations to change to make life better for truck drivers. I'm a trucker, so, we already talked about a lot of things that happen with the FMCSA. There are some things that they do right. There's a lot of things that they're not doing right. And there's one that sometimes is getting lost in the wayside.
They can do better.
They could do better. So what's that one, sir? Can you let the people know in a short few seconds to let them know what they can do? Because it's not fair for the experienced truck driver like yourself.
So most definitely, we talked about this last year about your podcast. The SBE certification with a driver with amputation. You can see here my nice American flag prosthetic. So every 2 years, I'm required to fill an SBE certification, skill performance evaluation. And it requires 2 very specialized doctors to sign off on that paperwork, either an orthopedic surgeon or a physiatrist. I think that the PCP, my primary care physician, should be able to sign this paperwork. I'm trying to work with the Federal Motor Care Safety Administration to get the law changed so that once you renew your SBE certification once, it should be once. It was an amputation due to an accident. It's not growing back. It's not changing after 4 years. So I should have to renew it once, and then I shouldn't have to do this every 2 years. So if they must make me do it every 2 years, let my primary care physician sign the paperwork, not a board certified orthopedic surgeon or physiatrist that don't have a clue about the trucking industry and only sees me once every 2 years. So we're trying to get federal law changed in a way to affect a positive manner for people with amputations. Even though we're less than a third of 1/100% of the whole population, we still have a voice, and we will get it changed to make their lives easier and better.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I appreciate it, man. Yeah. It was good. Hell yeah.